Yo, guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and we are on ASTRAEOS. And in this video, I am going to show you the best 5 or 6 different locations that you can find beaver dams over on ASTRAEOS. Now, they are very specific, and it's kind of hard to locate some of them because the map is just ginormous. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the coords, and I'll have them just so you can see in the upper left corner of my screen right there. And this little red thing in the middle with the awesome spyglass. So let's go ahead and get started at the #1 spot that you can find some beaver dams over on the map. And that is at the coords that I am at right now. And you can see them in the upper left corner. This is Beaver Lake. I don't know if you have been here, maybe on accident or something, but it's actually a really deep lake. You can get silica pearls at the bottom of it, but on the edges of the lake, there are a ton of not only silica pearl spawns, but a bunch of beavers. You'll see them all over the place here. Now, I just loaded up this server, so there won't be very many beaver dams here, but on the edges and the corners of this little lake, you will find a whole bunch of beavers, and in that regard, you will find beaver dams. Now, obviously, you can see that if I gave, 10 hours, they would probably produce a ridiculous number of beaver dams. But this is a lake right here that you can find. You can see there's a whole bunch right over there. The freshwater zones are good spots to be able to find the beavers where I am at right now. So definitely capitalize this. Now, pretty much what you want to focus on is if there are areas where the water is kind of larger in the area, you'll be able to find some beaver dams. That lake is the #1 spot. Technically, beavers share spawns with fish, so you can find them where there are fish. You can see this river right here is another zone that you can find them. They will eventually make a dam. It just takes time. They can't be locked in an area, so just so you're aware of that. Some people are like, oh, I lock them. You can't lock beavers in an area. It doesn't work like that. You just go up and down the river at the coords. And again, for those of you Teach, where are the coords? In the upper left corner of the screen, don't forget, like I said in the beginning of this video, they tend to congregate in areas like there are pools and stuff like that, and they will keep spawning these beaver dams. But this entire river can spawn them. Just so you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. And they will just keep moving around. Obviously, you see Spinos, which also share spawns with fish, will also spawn here. Now, we're going to go ahead and go up a little bit north to the next location where you can find some more beavers. And that is, I think, unless they removed it. Nope, it's still here. We're still good. Okay, this is also a beaver dam location. I thought they were going to remove this one because there's so many piranhas that here. They tend to kill the beavers before anything happens. But because I just spun it up, you can see there's a beaver right there. So this is another location that you can find beaver dams, and the coords of it, just so you can see, is right here. So that is the next spot. So those are the kind of 2 main hubs for beavers in this game. Now, you can technically find them down there, but that pool is always going to be better. Now, the next zone that you're going to be able to find them technically, again, I'm playing the technically game, right, is going to be right in this river. Now, there are no major pools in this river, but there is a pool zone up here at the top. Beavers can technically spawn in here because you'll see that there are coal or whatever you want to call them. And in this river, they can spawn. I haven't seen any. I've seen them one time. There's a giant beaver dam. See that right there? So this is a giant beaver dam. Now, this is like the big one. And it's not just the one small one. It covers the entire way, and just so you can see, it covers literally the entire thing. But there's that one. I don't know if there's any others that spawn down. Yeah, there are a few more. You can see that one right there. There's another one. And those will all spawn you some cementing paste. Now, as you see right here, that's kind of just how the river works. They're just going to keep doing that. Now, they also spawn at the top of this up here. Inside of this pooled area, they can spawn up in here. You can get small beaver dams anywhere in this zone right here. And then at the tippy top, I think you can technically have one up in here. I haven't seen one, but I believe coal spawn in here, so pretty much this zone as well. But yeah, so that's kind of the 3 major points on this island that you're going to find beavers. Now, if you are a little bit more adventurous and you've gone up in this direction, you can find a couple of beaver dam spawns up in this zone as well. Now, the beaver dam spawns that you're going to be able to find over here are going to be up in this little kind of cold zone. And you can see this is the edge of the map. I can't go any further than this, just so you can see. This is as far as we go. But if you kind of go down to the water down here, there are a few beaver dam spawns that will show up here. And that's if I can actually find them. They are very difficult to find. I like the other island more, just so we're Just so you guys are understanding what I mean by that. The other island is much better for actual beaver spawns because there's more aggressive things here. They tend not to survive very long in this area. But they do technically spawn in this zone. It's only like one beaver I've ever seen spawn here. But you can kind of follow this thing up and it kind of curves around. And I'm pretty sure I've seen a giant beaver dam, like that big one that we just saw up in this zone up here, kind of like these flats up here. And this zone can technically house some beavers. Now, where this water gets a little bit deeper and wider over here, you'll have a higher chance of finding them, but I don't see any at this moment. So you're still better off going to those first locations that I talked about. I'm looking for some just so I can prove myself that I'm not crazy. I did show you the other ones though. So that counts for something. But there technically could be a spawn on this river. I've seen it once, but not more than once. But you see how many things are aggressive here, so it's kind of harder for them to survive in this area, which kind of sucks because, you know, beaver dams are very important, especially early game. But those are all of the ones on this island. There's one more over on Corinthos that we can go to, and I'm going to head towards it right now. It's kind of we're heading straight towards it right now. It's basically at the top of where that bay that I'm heading straight towards is. There is a kind of a beaver-ish spawn. There will be beaver dams here, but you know, it does not happen all the time. So this little lake right here can spawn beaver dams, and there's one right over there. Perfect. All right, so you can see this one right here, much safer than some of the other zones, and these guys are much easier to get to beaver dams because you can jump in the water, take it, and get out because beavers are so quick in the water. So that is the easiest way to go ahead and get a hold of beaver dams in this zone. Now that I've said all of that, right, the best places to get it are not here. It is those giant beaver dams that I was talking about because you get those big boosts for those beaver dams. Now, the rivers are where those spawn. Now, they are completely not random at all. They are always going to spawn in the exact same zones. And let's see if I can see any on this river. So if you can memorize where the big ones spawn, they will continue to spawn over and over in those locations with or without beavers present, because those are just like an actual part of the map. I don't see any on this river right now. I don't know why, because I know they spawn here. Oh well, I guess I'm just crazy on this river. Well, we saw them for sure on this one up here. So the easiest place that you can get them is with this northernmost giant beaver dam spawns. Not just like the normal beaver dams, like the ones that cover the entire ways, because these are always going to spawn right here on that mark. And these are always going to spawn up here at this mark. So they will have more stuff. You can see that they've got 700 and 2100 wood, and then they kind of just spawn the entire way up that river. So if you just want to run this river at these chords, this is what I would recommend you do, 4111, and you kind of go up and down these. But that is where you can find all of the beaver dam spawns on ASTRAEOS. And yeah, hopefully this video helps you out. And other than that, Teach out.